Most of us are recognised by our Christian names. Within the community of St Anne's, most of us know who we mean when we speak about Judy, Avril, Roy, or many others. There are, however, a good many Margarets in church that are less easily identifiable. I often use abbreviations or truncate the names of such well-known personalities as Branto, Rigsy, John Boy, Grambers and Crabbers. It was a habit that I picked up as a schoolboy and I've never dropped. There are others too that we will immediately know as the Major and indeed Churchwarden. Most people in our parish of Tottington refer to me as Vicar, young and not so young, alongside quite a few others whom I've known for the best part of 24 years. When I take an assembly in Tottington Primary School, the children collectively greet me in unison with the words, "Good morning, Vicar." In fact, one of our youngsters at church used to call me Mr. Vicar. The many Roman Catholics that I know invariably use the title Father, and my military friends, along with a few civilians, affectionately address me as Padre. I will happily respond to any salutation, but I've never liked and I've always been uncomfortable with the title of Reverend. Nick Price, the patriarchal Cambrian of this parish, is aware of this disdain and mischievously thickens his Welsh accent whenever he greets me as Reverend Byrne. For me, this verbal laurel is too austere, conveying the impression of dour Victorian severity devoid of humour or warmth. My conviction on this matter is reinforced by its definition of a person warranting great respect and one worthy of being revered. Me? Really? I don't think so. The word reverence, however, can be found throughout the pages of the Bible, guiding us to revere God, His creation, and His world. We are to treat with care not just God's world, but other human beings with whom we share the joys of friendship and deep personal relationships. Restrictions on our physical relationships are really hard for some people to cope with at the moment. The other day, one of my former altar girls was telling me that when her mum and dad come to visit, they look at their daughter and their granddaughter through a window. In a context such as this, touch is not possible. But this vignette illustrates what is most painful for a great many people. Human beings, after all, are relational creatures. And even hermits have to be seen from time to time to monitor their spiritual and their emotional well-being. Jesus was a very physical person, and he challenged those who distanced themselves from the social outcast, the misfit, and those deemed to be unclean. He touched the leper. His fingers touched the ear of the deaf man. He permitted Mary Magdalene to wash his feet and dry them with her hair, and the woman with a hemorrhage experienced his healing touch amidst a great crowd. In the post-resurrection appearances, Jesus physically broke bread with his disciples, and they shared a meal of fish together on the shores of Galilee. Jesus invited St. Thomas to touch his crucifixion wounds, and faith was born. The incarnation of Jesus speaks of God sharing our humanity, and so all this fleshy stuff, human comfort, touch, really matters. At a time when we are unable to enjoy meeting as a community in St Anne's, we might do well to reflect upon the many people throughout the world for whom social isolation has always been a day-to-day reality for years. Friendless, homeless, marginalised for various reasons. We might also bring to mind our servicemen and women who through the years have experienced physical separation from their loved ones for months and in cases years on end in the course of their duty. It is my prayerful hope that when we eventually get beyond where we are, and having had it denied us for whatever length of time, we will attach a greater premium to companionship and really cherish our physical belonging to one another as the body of Christ. Not as an inward-looking clique, but as the solid spiritual base from which we seek to care for and revere those around us in this parish, whoever they may be. So then, keep the faith, and as you pray for me, I shall surely pray for you.